I write a weekly column for the El Paso Times on educational topics. This column, titled, "We Have Not Learned the Right Lessons from Past Wars," appeared on September 12, 2013. I met a man in the fields of over there. His hair was disheveled, his clothes dirty, and his muddy boots were torn in many places from too much walking. "War has come to this land again," he said, in a voice as weak as a ghost's. I surveyed the landscape. The black substance of war was everywhere. The buildings were dressed like widows. They were wearing black hats of smoke. The street was a river of death and debris. I thought to myself that history had prepared the people of this land for the carnage. They had seen many sons and daughters taken by the swords of kings and rogues, and bombs falling from the sky. "The metal monster, it comes for us," the old man said, as an explosion turned a nearby building to rubble. "I am a nobody, and my life is worth no more than a bucket of oil." There was a hush in the landscape. War had struck men and boys with anemic silence and cast mothers and girls into stoic stone. I met a man in the land of celebration. He was sitting on a street bench, eating a sandwich wrapped in newspaper. He was waiting for the victory parade to pass by. "It is going to be grand," he said. "The speech writer has written a speech full of sound like the strident beat of drums. And the high priest will convince the people with those words that this war was a good thing, a just thing. And the dead will be praised, as the dead are always praised, for their sacrifice and valor." "Do you have any children?" I asked. "Yes," he said matter-of-factly. "A dead son." At this juncture a shout went up in the crowd of people lining the street. "Ah, the parade, it comes," said the man. "A camera crew's feast. Watch how the actors perform with crisp military punctilio." I met a man in the land of deep woods and jungle. He was dressed like a tree and walked like a thief. "Each step has to be taken with great caution," he admonished. "Each shadow can have deadly import. The mire can bite, or death descend from the sky. Do not trust a smile, for it can conspire. Nothing is as it seems." Suddenly the earth shook, and the air was shattered by gunfire. I met a man at the Freedom Plaza in a country called Remembrance. He was there to witness the remains of an unknown soldier being laid to rest. "It's anybody's bones, a political hoax," he said. "Were you a soldier in the war?" I asked. "I used to go into the tunnels of the earth hunting for rabbits. That was my job, ferreting out the rabbits. But if the rabbits found you first, you could get killed." "I'm glad you're safe now." "There never is any safety," he countered, "as long as governments keep constructing reasons to go to war. I may enjoy a modicum of safety, for I am too old to be useful. But the lives of my sons and daughters are inextricably tangled in the nettings of future wars. Like in a chiaroscuro painting, the shadow of war is just around the corner." I met a man in the land of Game On. He was sitting in a room surrounded by walls plastered with maps. After receiving a phone call, he walked over to a map, tapped a region on it with a pointer, and said to his assistant, "Put an X in that spot. That place is gone." in a land called erudition, I met a man who was a teacher. He sat behind a desk, looking forlorn. The classroom was empty. He was reading Wilfred Owen's poem, Strange Meeting. A tattered poster of Gandhi lay on the floor. I tried, he said. Honestly, I tried.